We are hot, ladies and gentlemen. We are live, all three of us on cam. We got a little practice run. Don't worry. uh, we here with the one and only, the commish Texas A&M coach, Memphis coach. How you feeling today, man?
Feeling good, man. As you mentioned, we be on the cam, so y'all get to see my pretty face now, and I'm glad, man. I'm glad we got this rolling.
Yes, sir. To my right, your left, your up, my down. The man with the best logo in the game on his head got the leather helmet. From no, can we talk about 26? We'll just keep it 27. Fries, how you feeling, man?
Feeling great, man. Live and in color. It's good. Y'all might see some crazy reactions out of me, possibly. Sometimes I can't control my emotions. There's something crazy. I don't know how much. I might make a face. Is what it is. That's the way they put disrespect on my name. I'm not gonna be able to tame myself.
Wait, timeout. Timeout. A whole year. What disrespect did you catch last year?
That's all. We on to 27, man. We on to 27. We
Okay.
got our ring. And we on to 27. It's all good.
Okay. Okay. Um, we'll just hop right into it. Bag, how you feeling about the gameplay right now?
I like it a lot. Everything about it, I really like. The potential there is on defense. Yeah, I feel like. I mean, honestly, the game is just a way better game. I think this is a big leap forward for the game in almost every facet. So, what about you?
Liking it? Different skill gap. I don't want to be one of them dudes, but I think this will be the year where you can show somebody the skill gap. Even the cheesers, man. Somebody's gonna buy that ebook full of macros, and they're gonna be like 7 macros of blitzes.
Mm.
That's and I see it coming, but you got to at least know it's coming. But that means you can have the proper adjustments. So kind of looking forward to it. Fries, how you feeling about the game?
So good, man. New game, fresh game. The reason I got this hat on is was by design. You gotta bring hey, this year. You playing defense. Better bring that hard hat. Better not be with your user just running around the outside trying to do whatever. But you will get absolutely run on if somebody can run. I promise you. So better know your gaps. Better not be trying to just hit hero on defense. Stay in your gaps, stay in your assignments, because the run game feels great to me right now.
Yeah, like I said, um, if you were with us on some of the earlier podcasts, we talked about that how it felt in the beta. This is probably the closest I've felt a game stay from the beta to release that I've probably ever played. As far as expectations and new things to come, but glad to see it. Glad to see it. We'll talk about recruiting just a little bit, Bag, if you wanna just touch on that quickly, as far as how you feel NIL points and recruiting points and the balance between those.
Yeah, I mean, I've been running an online dynasty with a few teams. It's cool this year. You can put in seems like at least three, maybe even more teams into one like offline dynasty. So I've been doing that. I got a Memphis team in there. I got my Texas A&M boys in there, uh, and I have Ohio State in there, and I'm gonna also get BYU in there. And I don't have like a full feel for it like yet. It's tough to see the like where the balance is gonna be, but it's just a lot. You gotta be on top of your NIL and the hours and kind of figure out what the balance is going to be. I think it's going to be interesting in online dynasties just because it's going to be so competitive. And I think some dudes are going to, for better or for worse, are going to sell out for players,
Mm.
especially if they don't really have any idea what's going on. And it's new. It's not like the last 2 years where it was like really cut and dry, simple, in my opinion. This year it's really intricate, and I can see it now. So it'll be interesting to see, like, what that balance is going to be and what ends up making sense. But I haven't fully felt it out yet. But I do like I do think it's much more intricate, and I think that's a good thing because recruiting matters so much in here. I also think it's gonna be really hard for you to just hoard talent because you're just not gonna have the budget for it, or it's not gonna make sense. I don't think for you to just kind of hoard talent as you did last year. I think it's gonna be much more about like finding gems. Of course, you're gonna want to get the 5 stars that are make sense for you, but it's gonna be about finding the gems, the guys who you're not gonna have to pay out the wazoo to get, who are gonna fit your scheme, and also recruiting towards your scheme. You know what I mean? Like I think it's going to be one of those. I think it's going to be where okay, you might not like for example, I want to run 3-3-5 three high penny, right? And like for a scheme like that, like you don't necessarily want. I mean, you can use them, but you need like some power guys in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? You might want like a speed rusher out there, who you can go put at the edge and like some good outside linebackers type stuff. You know what I mean? But so, a 5-star edge rusher who's not just a layup, what I mean, it don't make sense for me to be fighting for that dude, paying him 300 NIL, you know. So I think it adds a whole nother layer. So I'm excited for it.
Gotcha. Fries, I know you were talking about the run game coming back. Is there anything or any position you're looking forward to, or any archetype you're looking forward to recruiting, especially this year?
At Michigan, for me, I was saying Prentice on both sides. I think Michigan's a very French school, especially O line. They keep a good O line, able to run the ball, full weather. Like that's Michigan. So I'm heavy on the O line this year. I think running backs almost every year you could find you a good running back usually. Like there's so many different good running backs, but mainly the line. I'm on the O line, young, able to stockpile, able to rotate in and out. So I'm especially in the Midwest too. I think I'll be able to get right over there.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing that Michigan Ohio State game this year. Hopefully, it's more competition than it was in 26. So, be excited to see that moving forward. I do have a question, Bag. If this might even fall under like the Shaq and the Fool category, who do you think is going to be the first person to overspend on their NIL roster? Because somebody's going to spend $3,000-$4,000 the first year, and you're going to be like, "What did you just do on brand new recruits?"
I think there's going to be quite a. I mean, look, unless you're putting in the work and doing the research to understand like what's going on, I think a lot of people are going to lose very badly in recruiting, or vastly overspending recruiting and not even think about the portal. Number one, number two, the fact that these points go to way more than just that, and also are with you for 4 years. So you chase some dude and you pay him 350 out the gate as an 80 overall freshman. Let's just say he actually is that good, right? Well, when he's an 85 overall sophomore, you're gonna have to pay him 400, 500 NIL now, and it's going to keep going up. So I mean, you're setting these baseline for these dudes, and I think a lot of dudes aren't going to understand that. So I don't know who's. Hopefully, people aren't that bad to just completely take their budget to zero. I feel like that'll happen in the grind a lot. In the grind, you might have to kind of, but in the league, you pretty much don't need to. I think some guys will take it to zero, and I think they'll be in for a rude awakening when they can't pay for any of their players who are trying to leave, can't get anybody in the portal. If not this year, the following year. Uh, but yeah, I definitely think some guys, and I don't want to throw out, the names, you know what I mean? You know who it's going to be. Uh, you know, so I'm excited to see them pay 400 $400 or 400 NIL to get some running back from across the country with proximity to home deal breaker for 400. That's
Now,
gonna that can honestly ruin your whole dynasty. I think, in my opinion, I think this year, mistakes like that can really cost you for years to come because it's like you end up paying that dude, you're stuck with him, and because you're paying that dude, you lose 3 out of your top 7 guys and can't get replacements for him. You're gonna feel that pain, and you better hope that one guy that you got is that good.
yeah, high quality individuals. No matter where I'm at, I'm looking for high quality individuals, not them dudes that are always chasing the NIL back. Now, I will say that might be a little you might have hopped on something as far as strategy. If you're trying to go elite recruiter, it might be worth overspending 1 or 2 years so you can get that top five, so you can guarantee a top five class. On the backside of that, you
Yeah,
might have just ruined your. You're gonna. It's a balance, like you just said. You might have ruined your NIL for a year or two on those back end years, but if you get that top five recruiting class 1 year, you got enough to sustain, and then you bounce back, do it one more time. You might have an elite recruiter maybe year 4. That might be a little strategy, but I'm
that
not
is a
gonna
strategy, and
I'm
I
not
think
gonna do
some guys, well,
that. I'm
and
not.
some guys take that. Sure. I mean, you saw last year. I mean, I wasn't pressed on Elite Recruiter. It definitely is the best archetype, especially now the talent developer has been nerfed. It's the best archetype to get, but and I'll be trying to get it, but I'm also not going to chase it, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get. I mean, it'll things will have to really go my way for me to like get a top five class, especially this year. If things start going better, I got to win some games, some big time matchups, get my dynasty 80 expectations points and stuff like that, and maybe then we'll have what it takes. But I'm not chasing that, man. Like, look, you know what I need? I need program builder. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that's what I'm going for. So we're worried about winning games over here, but
gotcha.
that's definitely a route. You know what I mean? But there's gonna be trade-offs. It's not gonna be like last year where it's just set and forget. Get the hard sell, spam it out, whatever. Nah, you're gonna feel some of that pain trying to chase after that. Especially if you chase after it and don't get it. Have class six.
Oh man,
You gonna who man better make it worth it if you're gonna go after it. I'll say that.
yes sir. Fries, new game, man. What is the expectations for Michigan this year? What would you consider a success, and what would you consider like the floor that you need to reach?
Yeah, I mean, nothing less than at least a championship is what we're expecting for sure.
And that's
Mainly
the floor.
consistency. Yeah, we got to get one. Yeah,
Okay.
if I don't win one, I'm not gonna be happy with my game performance. So I got to at least get one. But vividly consistency. Like I lost to respectively. There's no real bums in here, but lost a lot of games that I don't feel like I should have lost last year, and they cost you like either within season missing the playoffs by a game always, or when you look back over the course of the dynasty, you got like 15, 20 games that you gave away. It's just outlook is a lot different. So, and game to game consistency, playing my style, um, knowing what my style is, and not trying to, for whatever reason, like throw it or do anything other than what I'm trying to do. Root it and run, take care of the ball, force turnovers. It's real simple. But getting back to that, and then recruiting, I think I had a good recruiting year. Clemson obviously was very easy to recruit with, but I had like 4 or 5, maybe 3 or 4 top five classes, and I mean we were good at recruiting. So keeping that up, and yeah, man, we want to play our Michigan brand, hardball ball. That's what we're looking for.
Gotcha. We'll hit Bag with the same question as far as what are you looking for out of this year? What would you consider your floor? And I know everybody would consider a championship a success, but what would you consider your floor? And then what are you looking for out of Texas A&M as far as just as a program?
I mean, of course, I mean, I'm trying to get a championship too. That's the main goal at the end of the day. But for me, I mean, I think a floor, like I'm trying to get to the conference championship every year. I'm trying to be like consistent. I'm trying to win against my rivals. I'm trying to get my points up. I'm trying to really build this team the right way. The things I've seen online, like teams aren't going to just be 99 overall everywhere, like they were last year, at least the first few years. So for me, man, it's just about winning games. And of course, we're competing for a championship. So that's what we're really trying to do at the end of the day. But you know, in between there, you know what I mean? It's be solid. Win the conference, win the conference, win the conference, win the conference, and then um, hopefully you can poke through in those. I mean, it's tough to get 4 games in a row against like the best users, which is the same in conference, but it's tough. Like so, uh, but you got to keep putting yourself in that position, and then eventually you'll get over the hump. So that's my way of going about it.
Gotcha.
Notre Dame.
Consistency.
What'd you say?
For me, it'll just be consistency. Of course, the goal is a championship, but right now I just need to prove to myself, get back to that being consistent, knowing that I can play with anybody in this league. Matchups are tough sometimes, but just knowing I can play with anybody in this league. I've made conference championships in the grind, so I don't know why I can't do it here. Just being consistent, proving that I can win games I'm supposed to win, and then winning a couple that shock you, and then that'll have me right where I need to be, making the playoffs. So, realistic expectations for me: conference contender, playoffs, just on a consistent basis. We're trying to. If we could scrape 9 wins consistently, I think we will have a chance to at least be in that playoff realm every year and be in that conversation. So, do I want to be like, oh, I want to win a championship? Absolutely. That's always the goal. But we're realists here. Last year was a down year, but it's a new leaf, it's a new page. We're in South Bend, Indiana. We got a little bit more NIL. Pipelines aren't the best, so it's definitely gonna change how I have to approach the game. I gotta get in at the recruiter bag this year because I can't just dominate a certain pipeline. So just total mind shift change and enjoy the process. Don't always lose focus just because of what the goal is. Enjoy the process and then live with the results, man. Put your best foot forward and live with the results. That's all I can do.
Heard that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, man. That's the route for sure. More chances you getting to a championship, the better chance you have to get one. So,
Yep. How do you feel about the? And I hate to even say this, just because we're starting to tier so early, but quote unquote the bottom of the league. Bag. I know you brought in some absolute dogs down there, and it'd be a dark day to slip into that dungeon if you're not prepared for who's down there. Just to be like, oh, you in tier 3. Well, play that game if you want to. Tier 3 ain't what it used to be. How you feel about who you brought in and how tier 3 might look early in the year?
let me see exactly who's in there real quick. I'm on the game right now. Let me get over here to the ACC. Um,
Speaking
man,
of,
yeah, there's some
the league is set up.
The league is set up, man. It's in join info. If you didn't get the notification, go ahead under the league intel. You can get in there, get rolling, man. I won't start it until everybody's in, but you can get in there. Well, I'll start it on the 9th at the latest, but you can get in there, start recruiting, and peeking around at your teams. Start plotting on what you're gonna do in there. But yeah, man, this is tough. UCLA Zay, that's the guy who runs Limitless. He's in there. He's always making noise in Limitless, and he had some really good wins last year when he was South Carolina.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what he does this year. From the jump, and he has UCLA. He'll have a good quarterback from day one. So he'll be able to make some noise down there, for sure. Who is South Carolina? Sincere. He's been saying that he's going to be the guy in 27. He's been saying he's waiting for 27 forever. So I wouldn't say I'm holding my breath per se, but he might be able to really make some noise. He's got a good team down there as well. Who got this SMU roster? Oh, Dame, another guy from Limitless. He won natties in there at Limitless. He was the Clemson user in there. Real solid player. Definitely knows the game. And he has SMU who's got talent, man. I mean, when you have a quarterback, you can do a lot. You know what I mean? And a lot of these teams down here, aren't great, but they're also, I'll get to a few where they're a little bit limited year one, but SMU's not one of them. You know what I mean? They got Kevin Jennings. He'll be an issue down there with them. We got Ill Will. I think he's a really good player, especially
Slow down.
with
Slow down.
Yeah,
Don't say too much.
Our favorite. There it is. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't want to invoke any hate or anything. I'm just saying, I think he's a decent player. And he'll have a quarterback and a running back and a couple good wide receivers. So I mean, he has no defense over there with Oklahoma State. But I'm interested. Well, actually, his defense is rated higher. But his best players are at the power positions on offense. So see what he can do down there. Uh, it doesn't get no easier. Mizzou, another guy from Limitless who won a Natty. He was the Tennessee user in Limitless. He's got Missouri,
Okay.
and they have a real good team. You know what I mean? He's gonna be able to run that rock, which he loves to do. And as we talked about, this game does it. He plays a lot of man to man. He's gonna be able to do that. Be interested to see what he does with that left-handed quarterback. Then we got the Louisville user, who, in my opinion, might be the best of the bunch in terms of skill level. His team's not necessarily the best, but he's gonna have a running back too. So, I don't know who Louisville quarterback is this year though. But he'll be good down there. We'll skip over that one. You got Hoop. Hoop's starting out in tier 3 with Florida State. We know what Hoop can do, man. He can be a headache. He's a real matchup guy. Sometimes you see, Hoop will beat somebody, and sometimes last year he would lose somebody too. But he definitely, especially once he gets his team together, he's a heck of a recruiter, and he's in Florida. So especially once he gets his team together, he's probably going to be a force. We also got Sue at Florida as well. Sue's a problem. Sue definitely is one who's at the top of that list. You talk about who can win the ACC year one. And then trying to think who has the Auburn. Auburn's Riz. Yeah, we'll wait and see. But so yeah, if I gotta say who I think is gonna come out of there, it's a big group, right? It's probably half of them. But I'm interested with Florida, Sue at Florida, Hoop at Florida State, MLB at Louisville, Hib at Mizzou, Ill Will Oklahoma State, Dame at SMU, uh, and Zay at UCLA.
Gotcha.
The Hoop was tier 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hoops in
Florida.
3.
Like I said, tier 3 is not the same tier
It's
3 you used to.
that's tough. That's
Now,
Hoop's
listen,
good.
man,
Man. Tough.
it could be said, sure, if you're not familiar, because a lot of those dudes did come from Limitless, and I heard the bag call them out. I played a lot of those dudes. I'd be willing to say tier 3 off rip might be tougher than tier 2.
I think user wise,
Yeah,
I
just
definitely
like
agree.
user for user,
User wise,
I could tell you tier 3, not team wise, not NIL wise, but if we was just like, hey, line it up, tier 3 might run tier 2 out. But speaking of the tiers, Frowse, you're back in tier 1 again. Some like to speak down on your name, say you weren't consistent enough. But we here to say you got a championship out of it, and you earned your place back. How you feel about the users in tier 1, and what are you expecting?
I mean, they were right to question my consistency. I was questioning my own, so I wasn't even upset with that. Really, that was true. Um, it's gonna be crazy though. I think J. Ross was in the chat on a crusade talking about his conference was better. Like that's just nonsense to me. It's top to bottom, really good players. Even the bottom, like maybe not the best users historically, but they got good teams, like very good teams. So I'm expecting really good, really good bump every week. Um, but even the users that might not be like last few years haven't been the best, their teams are going to be real good to start. NIL is going to be like that to start. So a battle, a battle. I think he balanced them well. I looked at it again a couple of days ago. Like it makes a lot of sense. You got champs on each side. You got 100-win teams on each side. You got it's everything. People are in multiple tiers on each side. Like it looks good to me.
You said J. Roth was
I
complaining
appreciate it.
about the tier 1 conferences.
Yeah. He said he got done dirty. He said his half was much harder than the other half. It's just not. It didn't add up.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he basically was saying that off. he wasn't factoring in any of the users or the team situations, but basically he was saying that he's got Oregon and Ohio State on his side. Um, and so he was and Alabama and that and whatnot. So and he was saying because they're on his side that it was tougher. But for me, I think it's a combination of the user and the team. You know what I mean?
We saying J Roth is afraid of Chucky? Is that what we saying?
It seemed like
I
it.
mean that's what
It
he was
seemed like
saying.
it.
Okay.
He did say that.
Wow. Man, all right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I, it's
One
tier
thing that is
one.
gonna be interesting. Oh, my bad, T. Finish up. I
No, no,
didn't,
that
I
was
didn't mean
it.
to
That
cut
was
you
it. I
off.
was just saying, it's tier one comp. I felt like realistically, no matter how you balance them, you're gonna run into a buzzsaw every week once y'all hit conference play. So I didn't see the conferences that way. I must have missed that one.
Yeah, he was having a whole fiasco one day. It was probably a couple weeks ago now, but I mean, over here, I mean, you got OG who's been the best player in this league with a good team, a 4.5 star team. Um, Texas A&M, I've been a top five player in this league. Um, Miles is in here with Michigan. He's also been right up there. Um, that's five natties right there alone. Then you got Mace was the top dude in the league, especially in the
Mason.
middle of the season. Yeah, whatever
Oh
you want to
shoot.
call him.
Gotta
Uh,
gotta respect. I'm trying, guys.
yeah,
Man, goodness. Mace worse.
yes. Mate, honestly, Mace is cool, but anyways, he don't like it. But anyways, yeah, especially in the middle of the year, he was one of the best players in the league for a little while there. I mean, he finished one of the best players in the league, but he was really, really like pushing the needle there
Once he came
in the
back from
middle.
that deployment, yeah.
Hmm Uh, and then Titans Ryan over there with Penn State. It's a solid team, but solid user. His team won't be that great to start, but he's there. And then Mumbo. One, I will make note that when he did go to tier three, he ran through it. Number one, and he competes in a lot of games. I mean, he loses a lot of games he shouldn't lose, in my opinion. He probably loses the most. Well, I don't want to say shouldn't lose, and I'm not trying to go on some tirade here, right, about him in particular. But he definitely competes in a lot of games, and a lot of times he plays himself out of games that he might have had won, in my opinion. So, it's good. And then on the other side of it, you have Worms over there with an 84 overall team to start with. Make note of that. Zeb's over there with an 84 overall team to start with in Dynasty. Obviously, Indiana's
Indiana's
really
only
good
in
though.
84 overall.
In Dynasty.
Okay,
I think it's because their team is so old. I think it factors in like the younger players on your roster are a little bit different this year.
gotcha.
But obviously, that's a really good team. Mr. Zev in particular doesn't have a really good team, really. I think that Alabama team's a little bit maybe not overrated, but Chuck's over there, Alabama. I guess they're 92 overall, but I didn't know they were that good. And I'll say Oregon and J Roth, but over there they have what? That's two natties, three,
Mm-hmm.
three. So there was more natties on the other side. Anyways, I think it's relatively even. What is going to be interesting though is that year one, man, as we mentioned, the tier three is going to be serious, and it's still the same rules where if the tier three beats a tier one, they get an 80 overall legend.
Mm.
So, some of those dudes can get some real nasty teams real quick. They end up making the moves down there at the beginning.
That's just just throwing that out there. That's a Florida. That's a Dion. That's a Fred Taylor. That's a Tim Tebow. That's a Barry Sanders. Just to name a few. Um, Charlie Ward. Like,
You can get some monsters down there for real.
just real quick to start that rebuild. Um, I know this is early preseason show. I don't have much else. Fryles, you got anything else before we get on out of here, man?
I don't. If you're listening to the pod, you're already helping yourself out. But I'm telling you, get on the game and get your reps in. 'Cause when week zero and week one come, if you haven't played at all, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. You're gonna be lost. kind of make your adjustments, trying to do everything. So get that work in if you got it early. Otherwise, when the game does officially drop, if you're waiting, better get that lab in quick. It's going to get scary fast, I promise.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for real. For
Bag, you
real.
got anything for the people before we get in? Anything on? Oh, before we go, I did have a question. You said the wait list was almost long enough to make a third league. How many people are on that wait list?
Um, a lot. Let me just go look at the roll real quick. I can tell you an exact number. Um, the wait list has 28 people with that
Oh
roll.
my goodness, that's a full league.
Yeah, and probably the number one or two guys on the wait list aren't in the Discord, so they don't even have the role. But yeah, there's a lot of dudes in there. I mean, some of these dudes are just lingering around the Discord. So out of this 28, there's probably I say 20,
Wow.
20
Okay.
who have said like who have either hit me up because I had a lot of people up and they would hit me up and or not respond, and then they hit me up 2 3 days ago talking about like, can I get in the league? I'm like, nah, bro, it's done. I'm like, I got spot in the grind for you. They like, nah, let me know when the league open up. Let me know when the league open up. I'm like, I don't know when that's gonna be, but
Let's not sleep on the grind either. Let's
dudes
not.
be sleep on the grind, bro. That's the thing, dog. The grind is honestly way well. I don't want to say it's better, bro, because it's not better, but I mean, the grind is fun, dog. The
It
grind is
makes it shows more of everything, not just skills on the field. It's can you build a program? So that's
for sure,
that's kind of the thing.
for sure.
Bag, you got anything before we get on out of here?
Nah, man. I think Frow's hit on the head, man. Try to get your reps in, get as comfortable with the game as you can, because we're gonna hit the ground running. So be ready.
Yes, sir. Um, Fellas, appreciate y'all. If you liked what we had to say, make sure you leave a comment. Go get your free 10K because I know them daily spins ain't enough. That 2,500 is having some of y'all fiending. Everybody, everybody knocking on back door like a check cashing place. Like, let me get a little advance. Trying to go play that poker. So go ahead, um, comment on the YouTube videos. Be locked in. There's a lot of ways to get stuff, coins in the Discord. So
Oh, facts. Last thing I did want to mention was, we got the warm up running. Uh, where next pod we'll have our first highlight reel. I'll have it ready for that. We'll have the top 10 plays, the top 10 shacked and a fool plays. Um, you can get a condensed game up there on the YouTube channel. I'll knock that out for you. So all you gotta do is just play another user in the league, preferably with the teams you're gonna play with in the season. But you don't have to do that. You could play with any teams. I don't Doesn't bother me either way. Just make sure your VOD is up there and so I can rip it down. And yeah, easy 10K, man. Just go work on your craft.
oh, you get 10K just for streaming it.
Both users. So as long as the game is streamed, I can pull it down. So like Heavy, me and Heavy played 3 times. Heavy got 30K for that. You know what I mean? We was on there just
Oh, y'all sleep. He giving money away.
pretty much.
Literally giving money away. And y'all complaining. So
I'm trying to get this highlight tape out. You know what I mean? Get the content rolling. Because that's the main point of the bot in general, just so I can kind of lock in on that front. So
yes, sir. But until next time, Fries, got anything else, sir?
I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Always.
facts.
Fries, Bag, myself. Check y'all next week.
Deuces.